Dear children, now we are going to see about types of plant tissue culture. 4 different types of plant tissue cultures are there. Based on the explained or some other plant tissue culture types are provided. They are organ culture, meristem culture, protoplast culture, cell culture. So there are 4 different types of cultures are provided. What are organ culture? What are meristem culture? What are protoplast culture? What are cell culture? We can discuss in detail. Briefly I shall explain. Organ culture means it is a culturing of an organ. The explant is an organ, either embryo or anthers or ovaries, root, shoot, leaf. If an organ is used for plant tissue culture, then this is called as organ culture. So the culture of embryos, anthers, ovaries, root, shoot or other organs of the plant on culture media are called as organ culture. Next one is meristem culture. You might have studied in 11th class syllabus itself on a plant anatomy, meristem. Various meristems are available. In the shoot tips and root tips, meristematic tissues are present. These are dividing continuously. These are unorganized mass of cell. There is no differentiate. So, undifferentiated tissues which are present at the tip of the plant. That is either shoot tip or root tip. So, this may be present at the shoot or root tips. So, they are called as meristematic tissue. So, if you are removing this meristematic tissue, then if you are culturing the inside the culture medium, then they will be developed into new plant. What is the speciality of meristem culture? If you are culturing the meristem or shoot tips, what will happen? We can able to produce a plant which is free from virus. So, virus free plant can be cultured through meristem culture. So, either shoot tip or root tip, we can isolate, we can transfer it. So, that is called the culturing of any meristematic tissue on a culture media are called as meristematic culture. Next, we are going to see very important part, protoplast culture. Just before starting of the lesson, I told you, protoplast culture. Usually, some of the incompatible plant can be developed with the help of protoplast culture. What is incompatible? We can able to cross a potato plant with tomato plant, highly impossible. But with the help of the protoplast culture, we can able to fuse between the protoplast of potato and tomato. Then both are fused together. Then a common cell will be formed. This cell, if it is cultured in a tissue culture, they will be developed into a new plant. This plant is called as pomato. Why it is called as pomato? This plant afterwards, at the top on shoot, they can able to produce tomato. On the underground, they can produce tomato. So both potato and tomato can be cultured in a single plant. It is a novelty. So this is called protoplast culture. How can we do this process? So various stages we have to do. Isolation of protoplast, fusion of protoplast, culturing of protoplast. So these are all the steps to be done. But briefly I shall explain to you. So this is a plant. We have to take a soft leaf which are having 10 days old leaf to be selected. Then the leaf to be sterilized. Sterilized with sodium hypochlorite solution. After sterilization, the leaf to be washed with water. Then we should remove the peel of epidermis, especially in the lower, in anatomy of plant leaf, dicot leaf, you might have studied in 11th class syllabus, which are having upper epidermis as well as lower epidermis. We can peel out the lower epidermis very carefully. After peeling out the lower epidermis, the plant leaf is having without lower epidermis, but they are having upper epidermis. The mesophyll cells are present in between this. But there is no lower epidermis because you have peeled out. After peeling out, we have to cut into small small pieces. So the small segments or fragments of these leaf pieces have to be selected. That means here peeling of the lower epidermis, then these are peeled leaves are segmented, small pieces. Then the cell to be plasmolysed. That means these cells are having cell wall. The cell wall to be removed. In order to remove the cell wall, various enzymes like macrozymes, cellulase, sorbitol, mannitol, such a type of enzyme can be used to remove. So, if it is having enzyme mixture, if it transfer this plant cell into the enzyme mixture, their cell wall will be removed. After cell wall is removed, slightly centrifuge. After centrifuging, the debris or waste materials will be float on the surface. Only protoplast will be left in the bottom. Then the protoplast will be fused with the help of a specialized chemical called PEG, polyethylene glycol. If you add polyethylene glycol, the protoplast will be fused together. After formation of protoplast, they to be developing cell wall. So already we remove the cell wall. Then what is the need of cell wall is in the trachea. Now, previously, only different types of plants are there. Now, both potato and tomato are combined together. Then after fusion of protoplast, we are having a cell wall. Afterwards, if you are transferring into a new medium, the cell wall will be formed. After formation of cell wall, these to be transferred into the tissue culture medium. Then if you are transferring into tissue culture medium, they will be developing a new plant. This plant producing both plant characteristic features. So, genetically incompatibility plant can be fused with the help of protoplast. Now we are going to discuss in detail about this process that is called as protoplast culture. So protoplasts are cells without a cell wall. What? First of all, we should understand what is protoplast. If there is any cell, the cell is having cell wall, plasma membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. If you remove the cell wall, the remaining entity will be called as protoplast. So protoplasts are the cells without a cell wall but bounded by cell membrane or plasma membrane. Using protoplasts, it is possible to regenerate whole plant. That means the protoplasts are also totipotent. So from a single cell and also develop into somatic hybrids. What are the steps to be followed? First of all, isolation of protoplast. How do we separate this protoplast from plant cell? In order to do that, a small bit of plant tissue like leaf tissue to be sterilized or used for isolation of protoplast. The leaf is immersed in 0.5% macrozyme, enzyme mixture, macrozyme, and 2% of Onuka cellulose enzyme. This is the enzyme mixture. Onuka cellulose enzyme dissolved in 13% of sorbitol or mannitol. So this is an enzyme mixture. The enzyme mixture consists of 0.5% macrozyme and 2% of cellulose enzyme, Onuka cellulose enzyme. They to be dissolved in 13% of sorbitol or mannitol. The pH to be maintained at 5.4 in acidic condition. It is then incubated overnight for 25 degrees Celsius. So that should be kept in 25 degrees Celsius for overnight. Afterward, if you gently teasing with a brush, what happens? The cell, the protoplasts are obtained and these then transferred to 20% of sucrose solution. Otherwise, the cells will be damaged. So in order to avoid damage as well as the viability to be maintained, that should be transferred to 20% of sucrose solution. Then they are centrifuged. Then get pure protoplast. The waste debris will be removed. Then we can get pure protoplast. After getting the protoplast, next heading is fusion of protoplast. Next, this protoplast to be fused. For example, here potato, tomato protoplast might be there. Otherwise, paddy, carrot protoplast might be there. They to be fused together. In order to fuse together, we should maintain a specialized chemical. It is done through use of suitable fusogen material. This is normally we used to use a chemical called PEG, polyethylene glycol. So polyethylene glycol can be able to fuse. Apart from the polyethylene glycol, we are also using the isolated protoplasm must be incubated in 20 to 30, 25 to 30 degree percentage of concentration of PEG with calcium 2 plus ion. It is very important. So in order to fuse these two protoplasts, calcium 2 plus ion along with PEG, polyethylene glycol to be maintained. The protoplasts show agglutination. Agglutination means fuse together. The formation of clump cells and fuse together. Due to polyethylene glycol and calcium 2 plus ion, this the protoplast will be fused together. Then the culture of protoplast. After the fusion of protoplast, that should be cultured. In the culture medium, if we keep, the cell wall will be formed. Usually we used to keep in MS medium. MS liquid medium to be used for culturing this protoplast. Is used with some modification, small modification to be done. Here tablets, plating or micro trap of array techniques to be used for changing. A small plate, petri dish plate to be used. The protoplast viability is tested with a fluorescein diacetate before the culture. So we have to test whether this protoplast is ready to grow or it is viable or inviable. Viable means they can be able to produce plant. Inviable means they cannot be able to produce. We have to test with this. So there is a specialized chemicals are there. Fluorescent diacetate chemical. With the help of this chemical, we can identify whether the protoplast is viable or not. Then the culture are incubated in a continuous light of 1000 to 2000 lakh at 25 degrees Celsius in culture medium. The cell wall formation occurs first within 24 hours to 48 hours. 1 day or 2 days itself, cell wall will be formed after the protoplast fuse. Then the first division of new cells occur between 2 to 7 days of the cell culture. So next, the cell culture is produced to produce callus. From the callus, new plant will be produced. Selection of somatic hybrids. It's very important. The fusion of product, both the protoplasts are fused together without the nucleus of different cells is called as hybrid. So when you are going to do the process of fusion of two different types of protoplasts without nucleus, only the cytoplasms are fused together. This is called as hybrid. It's very important. 2 marks. What is hybrid? So hybrid is nothing but the fusion of product of protoplast without nucleus. The different cells are fused together. That means the fusion of the protoplast without nucleus. Except the nucleus remaining, all the cytoplasms are fused together. Then this is called as hybrid. So following this, afterwards, nuclear material also will be fused. So before nucleus is fused, the remaining all the cytoplasms are fused. They are called as hybrid. So this process is called somatic hybridization. What do you call? Somatic hybridization. So somatic hybridization is ready. Now the cell suspension culture, the growing of cell, including culture of single cell or some small aggregate cell in vitro liquid medium known as suspension culture. The cell suspension is prepared by transferring a portion of callus to the liquid medium. Now the medium is amine. The protoplast is transferred to the liquid medium and they can be developed into a new plant. Next concept, another important concept is called secondary metabolite. What is called secondary metabolites? Secondary metabolites are nothing but every plants are producing lot of chemicals. They are alkaloids, flavonoids, terpenoids, phenol compounds, recombinant proteins, amino acids. So such a type of chemicals which are produced by the plant. But these chemicals might not be required for plant growth and development. But these are very much useful for mankind. These products are called as secondary metabolites. So the cell suspension culture can be useful for the production of secondary metabolite. So how we are producing cell culture, these can be used for commercialized to produce lot of important chemical substances in a huge manner. So that is why these are very much useful to produce secondary metabolites. So self-suspension culture can be useful for the production of secondary metabolites like alkaloids, flavonoids, terpenoids, phenolic compounds, and the recombinant proteins can be produced. Usually, secondary metabolites are chemical compounds that are not required by the plant for normal growth and development, but are produced in the plant as a byproduct of the cell metabolism. For example, biosynthesis of isolation of indole alkaloids from Catharanthus roseus plant cell culture. Catharanthus roseus means Vinca rosea. Vinca rosea means a pink or red color plant, flower plant, used to be available in our garden, they are called as Vinca rosea or Catharanthus rosea. Nitya Kalyani, you may just see me. Right? So these plants are producing a specialized chemical called indole alkaloids. These are very much used to treat cancer disease. So these chemicals can cure cancer. So throughout the world, these chemicals are imported and exported. The process of production of secondary metabolites can be scaled up and automated using bioreactors for commercial production. Many strategies such as biotransformation, elicitation, and immobilization have been used to make cell suspension culture more efficient in production of secondary metabolites. Some of the few examples have been given in the table. Digoxin is one of the important secondary metabolites. This will be very much useful for heart diseases, cardiac tonic, which will be prepared from the plant is called Digitalis purpurea. Similarly, another alkaloids material is called codeine. Codeine is analgesic material which will be obtained from Papaver somniferum. Analgesic means this can be given for sedative for before operation. For surgery, they used to use for analgesic condition. Capsaicin. Capsaicin is a specialized chemical substances which will be treated for painkiller. This will be produced in our vegetable called capsicum annuum, chilies. Capsicum annuum means chilies. From this chilies, a specialized chemical is obtained that is called capsaicin. Capsaicin. This will be used for rheumatic pain treatment. Move to valley or joint pain can be controlled by these antibiotics. Vincristine. This is a specialized chemical which can kill the cancer cell. There is an anti-carcinogenic agent which will be produced from Catharanthus roseus, Vinca rosea. Yeah. So this is very important to plan. Next one is quinine. This will be curing malarial disease, anti-malarial drugs which will be prepared from Cinchona officinalis plant. It's a very, very big tree. The bark of the Cinchona officinalis, which are providing a lot of alkaloids called quinine. This will be used as anti-malarial. These are all will be comes under secondary metabolites.